Hello. All right, let's just scooting back a little bit. All right, this book is called Happy as Dane. I checked this out at the local library. Happy as a Dane, the 10 Secrets of the Happiest People in the World by Malene Rydell. Have to start off by saying, I think, that this woman who wrote this book, that is a picture of her. Not trying to offend anybody by saying this, but she's gorgeous. Anyway, Happy as a Dane, written in 2017. I want to check the book out again and read it again because I noticed, I finished this a few days ago. The day or two following me finishing this book was kind of like I felt a little happier. So the book is mostly about, it's pretty much all about Denmark and the way that their government and their country works over in Denmark. I am in America, and I'll just go through the chapters here. The first one is called Trust. The second one is called Education. Then there's Freedom and Independence, third. Equal Opportunity is fourth. Realistic Expectations is fifth. Solidarity and Respect for Others is sixth. Work-Life Balance is number 7. Relationship to Money is number 8. Modesty is number 9, and Gender Equality is number 10. So there's a lot to unpack there, or not unpack, depending on how much detail I want to give in this book review. But like I said, it was good enough for me to want to check the book out or renew the checking of it out, so I can have it another few weeks and read it again, or maybe buy it, because that's probably a good thing to do. But things that stood out are like she left her country of Denmark when she was 18, and seems as a person very driven, whether it's to success or to her definition of success. We're probably all driven by that, but she wants to accomplish things in terms of social change. It's like her parents, when she was a kid, wanted her to go into modeling, and she wanted to go to school. One of the things I learned about the education system in Denmark, and they do this in European countries, is they kind of, part of their tax system, they subsidize people that want to go to school, basically get stipends to go to school, much different than in the US. It's kind of I think they still pay to go to school, but they get money for going to school. And you can be from another country. I remember hearing a few years ago about Germany, which she also mentions in this book. People that go to Germany for school get paid to do so, even though I don't know what the tuition looks like. I didn't do research of my own, but they pay, and then they get paid as people who live in the country. Let's see. I want lots of Hygge time. Hygge time being downtime. It's leisure, and let's see. I don't know. It's they're taxed very heavily. She talks quite a bit about how heavily they are taxed in the country, and it's kind of that narrative, oh, if we have higher taxes, we're gonna be more miserable. And I'm not trying to back any kind of message here, but they're consistently voted the happiest country in the world. They have one of the higher tax rates in the world, and they have a very welfare-based government, and there's no like people. There seems to be a general understanding between everybody, at least in her words, a general understanding that people live modestly in Denmark. They modestly financially and modestly like in their attitude. They don't want anybody to feel like they're too big for their own country, or like they are, like everybody's trying to be equal over there. They're trying to, I think one of the main points of their government through this book, I've learned that is like they're trying to view themselves as equals. Everybody is, and nobody should stand out too much. And she has problems with that too, I think. She moved to France when she was 18 from Denmark and had her own, mission or whatever. But it does generally seem like they want you to be modest, and anybody that's a little bit like, well, I'm really, really cool, I'm really awesome, and I'm really, really good at doing my taxes, and I'm better at doing my taxes than anybody else. It seems like that behavior gets kind of sifted out through the society of Denmark. And that's probably the main reason. Like it has its roots in all of the reasoning of why they're the happiest country in the world. I'm a big fan of modesty, personally. I feel like I'm a pretty modest person. That might not be a modest statement, but I do think I'm a pretty modest person. And I think that living contently with less is, whether it's by choice or whether it's by adapting to your circumstances, it's probably not a bad mindset to cultivate, being content with less. But I would definitely read this book again. Her writing style, it was kind of like, there's a bibliography in here, so there's plenty of resources she used to write the book, and it's kind of like a research book, but also she's from Denmark, so she talked about her story a little bit. And I would read the book again. I would probably read other work by her if I come across it sometime in the future. And like I said, excuse me, a couple days after I finished the book, I was kind of like, I just felt this happiness where I was like, well, it's kind of, I feel like I have a more, it's not like a deep-rooted happiness. It was more just like a happy moment or two where it was like, and then I immediately thought about this book because it's talking about happiness. So that's about all I wanted to say. Million Rydell, Happy as a Dane, written in 2017. The 10 Secrets of the Happiest People in the World. Of course, read what you want. The main point of reviewing books is to try and get people to read more. So this is a possibility, right? And maybe you could read something adjacent. I didn't mean to get so political in this video because this book is pretty political, or it's very much about the society and government of Denmark. I don't mean to say that we should run. Maybe I do mean to say that. Like, Denmark seems okay. That there are probably some things that we could take away from Denmark. And I'll leave it there. So here's my opinion. It's solicited technically because you clicked on the video. Gotcha. Anyway, I hope you have a fabulous day. And yeah, I don't know what I usually say at the end of these things, but thanks for watching. You could like and subscribe. I'm supposed to do that as a YouTube personality here. Sorry, I just keep looking at myself in the camera. It's really nice. And yeah, have a fabulous day. Read a book if you can. You don't have to, but you can. Okay, bye.